Alright guys, welcome back. I know it's been a while since I made the Capitalism Lab video. To be honest, it's not the most exciting game for videos. I mean, if I got tips, but I pretty much gave as many tips as I could. You know, there's more, and I'm learning more from people. And I did read all the comments, actually, and I learned a lot about the game. Some stuff that you just wouldn't figure out, like stores, when you build a store, which I don't build stores, I build real estate. As you can see here, these are all my commercial buildings and apartments down here. Yeah, I like real estate, but the stores, like as you can see here, a department store owned by another company, you don't even need to put them spread out through the city, as you may assume if you play like Sim Cities and stuff like that. It's like you don't put all your police stations in one, on one block. You spread them out. But in this game, and maybe it'll change in the future, but for now, it really doesn't matter where they are. It matters what their traffic index is, which is located right here. Consumer traffic index. So I mean, if there's a good spot, just put all your department stores right there. Really don't matter. But that being said, I mean, that's just one tip that I remember at the time. I figured I gotta make a Capitalism Lab video. I mean, people like to watch Capitalism Lab. I mean, it's if you're into business, obviously, it's just cool. It's just a cool game. Someone asked where you could buy the game, and it's not a Steam game. Well, the creator is on Steam, but I didn't see him put Capitalism Lab 2 up there, or Capitalism Lab. Capitalism 2 and Capitalism is up there, but those aren't as good, in my opinion. This is very it's very much an improvement. Now that being said, yeah, you just got to go to their website, thecapitalismlab.com, and it's worth it. The amount of hours I put into this game. I don't buy many games, and this is one that I got my money's worth, hand over fist. Now, so it's been paused for a while. What I'm doing is, this is just my method is, as I showed before, this is a new game. As far, this is pretty much new. I look at the cities index for, and I did get the mod for. I have all the mods. Not mods, but the DLC. I have all the DLC. So I just look at the cities, graphs here, the supply index, and I just build where they need it. Like here in Mineral, I'd probably put some apartments up because they're at 0. That means, if I don't do it, a computer might do it, and I don't really want them. They should be doing other stuff. So what I do is every month, I run the simulator for 1 month, and then when I get my rent, I go into the stocks. Oh, no. Stock exchange, and I sell anything with like too high of a PE ratio. I mean, this is actually a good stock, but it'll probably go down with a PE ratio of that high. Plus, I have to pay off a debt. I'm getting pretty good at taking debt in this game, because usually my tendency is not to take debt, but that is not a problem for me. Now I'm just going to look if there's any. This might look like it's going fast, but I'm just looking at the numbers real quick to see if there's anything. There, not yet. If I didn't have a debt to pay off, as you can see, it kind of went way up near 2 billion, and now it's like right down here at this, like, it's about to be paid off soon, but I could pay it off right now, right out, actually, but I do it in installments, so that I keep, oh wait, actually, I don't want to keep 300, I don't want to keep 300 million, I want to keep 200 million, so I'll pay off a big chunk of it. And now, let's run it for a month, and I kind of watch these tickers. I kind of wish I could set it to see any, it's kind of important when people sell stock when they're not publicly traded anymore. Right now, pretty much, this is early enough in the game where all the stocks have some publicly traded shares to work with. But once those are at zero, it's really important to watch these tickers down here to see if someone sells a company, and then you can buy into it without having to pay a crazy price to someone. So let's just go through. Oh yeah, this guy. And I just play the stock market. I just have a system, and I do better here than I do in real life. I pretty much break even for my real stocks, but I would suggest kind of just getting into investing and learning about it, so that, I mean, there was no sense in me having all my money sitting in a bank account. It wasn't even one of those cash accounts that gets you 1%. There's nothing. Oh, nothing to buy, but... And one thing that I realized, which is really interesting, is that if you're a company and you have a debt and you want to raise your profits, instead of investing or expanding, you could pay off your debt and it would actually increase your profits. So it's kind of like there's a turning point where, you know, instead of expanding, you might be better off paying off a debt. That would increase your profit. Because I'm kind of realizing that now just playing this, I'm like, there's nothing I really want to buy into right now. There's nowhere I want to expand. But every month, my profits go up and up still, even though I'm not expanding. Only because I'm paying off my debt. So that's actually pretty good to have, because it's kind of like this lever. Like if you run a business and, you know, a corporation, you know, where numbers and profits are important, and you want to keep your profits going up and keep like, and still look like they're going up, if you take on debt to expand, and then, you know, maybe there's no way to, you know, there's no particular market you can get into, or there's just no opportunity at the moment, you could still look like a profitable company or a growing company. You want to look like a growing company if you pay off some of the debt. And I also don't like to move my positions too quickly. That is just because a lot of these stocks turn around. I'm not looking into them in great detail. I'm just looking at some of the basic numbers here. And that being said, I can get a pretty average indication of how they're going to go. But I don't want to sell everything and then the stock's just going to turn right around. This is a pretty good one. But he's completely bought out. So, you know what? I'll buy just a little bit from, I'm going to, oh, these guys usually give it to you for a pretty good price. Let's see. 169 a share, forget it. 172, forget it. I'm at 169. Can you beat 169? You don't want to, okay. You know, you got to kind of barter with these guys. Yeah, I think 169 must have been the best price. Oh no, there it is. It saved me a couple $1 million right there, just by shopping around. Alright. And okay, so I bought some of that, and then, yep. Oh, now I should repay a little bit of my debt. Yeah, it's going to be paid off here. It is going to be paid off probably next April, May. Probably in May. And then the profits are going to keep growing. Now, in a game like this, now this might just be me, but having a system, even if it's a simple one, you know, a monthly system or a yearly system. There's some games where when I play the stock market and I don't have real estate, I do every year when I get my dividends. Obviously, I'll check in and trade throughout every month, but I do most of my buying when I get my dividends at the beginning of the year. I kind of wish you could change the payouts in this game. That would be pretty sweet. Everyone's on an annual basis. Okay, so yeah, this one keeps going down. See, I wish if I sold like 5%, the stock would tank, and then it'd probably turn around. Maybe not. See, people are buying it. Alright. Well, I'll have that debt paid off for sure. IQ Company turned it around. See, I sold a lot of it off. And now he's doing good. That's how it goes. But I'm not playing any favoritism. I'm just going off of a system that I created and seeing how it works. Yeah, so let's repay all of it. We are liberated of debt. Now comes the tricky part. We can't accumulate money. This money, I was sinking any money over 200 million into paying off the debt, which was great, but now, I think we'll sink it into the stock market. I would say sink it into real estate, but we already filled the real estate market. Now stocks is probably going to be the way to go moving forward. It's not a bad, it's not a bad investment. Companies usually get pretty big. All right, so at June is when I do my every 6 months. I go through and build some more real estate. I'll just show you how I do it real quick because that might be interesting. First, I just see if the housing index is 0 or if the office supply is like below 2. Actually, I'm going to do housing index below 2 and office below 4. So I'll build some in Appomattox. I'll build 2 residentials. And here's how I do it. I do a 5 block and, okay, so let me just use the 2 for now. So let's just say I want to build one right here. I'll buy a radius of land around it, going like 1, 2, 3, 4 every time. And then I'll probably put the other one like right at this corner. So I'm going to go here, here, and here. And now, apartment here. 20% is kind of, you could probably go even higher, but, and here. Now, you could probably even build a larger radius, but just look, these are gains. They're all gains. And yeah, it's not an exploit of the game. This is what actually happens. Real estate developers, buy all these blocks and then they just sell them. I could hold them, but you know what? I'm just going to sell them, and it really doesn't, it does kind of matter where you build, but a lot of times I'll try to just pick spots low land value near hospitals and libraries and government buildings, because those increase the community facilities is wicked high, shopping convenience. Like this is perfect location. Now let's find a city that has. Okay, so we're gonna build. Oh yeah, we're gonna build office supply in Pelican Rapids, and the center is right here, but it's pretty much packed. I kind of want to build a big. I kind of want to build a big commercial building. As close to the center as possible. Well, if all else fails, right here would be fine, I suppose. And then I buy the 5 off of every corner, so the radius is a bit larger in this circumstance. So there's a lot more land to buy, or the radius that this benefits land values is a lot wider. Even the ones way out here went up 25%. All the way to this corner. You could probably even build wider if you wanted to, but I just make it simple by doing a radius of 5 by 5 off of every corner, and then sell all of it. And you make most of your money back. You do have to put a little bit into it. Obviously you don't make all your money back. That would be insane. You could just build forever. You will end up don't be afraid to take on debt. If you, something like this, even the interest rate, when I look at this, the interest rate was up to 11.5%, and you might be thinking 11.5% is really high, but let's look at the annual return. 26% annual return, 21%, 45%. So each one of these buildings is easily paying its own debt off plus profit. It's only when you start getting into annual return of investment under the debt. So if this was like 10% annual return on investment, it wouldn't be worth keeping it. It'd be worth selling it and then paying off whatever, or building something else, honestly, somewhere else. So if something is giving you returns lower, then your interest rate, there's no sense in having it. And remember, you are paying taxes on these profits too. So something that's like a 12% return, the cities in this game collect tax. So, all right, keep that in mind. Well, I just figured I'd do a capitalism lab video for everyone. I'm hoping, I'm busy. I'm going to be going to the DC Magic GP. So I don't know if anyone else is going, because I play Magic cards and I play games like Capitalism Lab. That's what I find interesting. So yeah, if you're gonna be down there, let me know. Other than that, hope you all had a great 6 months since you last saw one of my videos, and stay cool. How about that? Stay cool.